Welcome to this explainer. Look, do you ever feel totally stuck with your English? You want to practice, but you're thinking, I don't have a speaking partner, or I'm not in an English speaking country, or maybe just, I don't have time for a huge long class. Believe me, I hear this all the time. It is a super common frustration for beginners. But today, we're going to look at a simple plan that is going to completely change how you learn. So let's dive right in. So, first up, do you actually need a speaking partner? Let's just bust that myth right now. No, you really don't. And you definitely don't need to sit at a big desk staring at a strict, heavy grammar book either. Practicing English doesn't have to be hard, and it shouldn't be uncomfortable. The real solution? It's incredibly simple, it's actually fun, and believe it or not, you can literally do it while you're standing in your bathroom. The magic number here is 15. You really only need 15 minutes a day to practice your English all by yourself, right at home. I mean, think about how short that actually is. 15 minutes is exactly the time it takes to eat a quick snack, or, let's be honest, the time you spend just scrolling on your phone before you go to sleep. You absolutely have 15 minutes. And if you use that time the right way, it's going to completely transform your English over the coming weeks and months. Okay, here is the blueprint. We call it the 5-5-5 method. It breaks down like this. Step 1 is 5 minutes of listening. Step 2, 5 minutes of speaking. And step 3, 5 minutes of writing or reading. It really is that easy. All right, let's start with part 1, listening. This is 5 minutes of total focus. Now, a lot of people think that just playing English music or having a TV show on in the background while they clean the house counts as practice. But honestly, it doesn't. That's really just background noise. Real practice means you are paying full attention. You have to listen with a goal. And that means before you even press play, ask yourself a very specific question. Something like, what does this person do first in the morning? When you hold a question like that in your mind, your brain actually listens differently. It goes on a hunt for the answer, and you end up learning so much faster. Then, once you actually hear the answer to your question, I want you to go back and listen a second time. But this time, don't hunt for the answer. Just relax and enjoy it. Just try to feel the natural rhythm of the language. Oh, and I highly, highly recommend using a transcript or subtitles for this. When you read the words at the exact same time you hear them spoken, it powerfully connects the sounds with the spelling in your brain. It is an absolute game changer for beginners. Moving on to part 2, speaking. This is your 5 minutes of self-talk. Now, this is the step that usually surprises people the most, but language researchers have actually proven that self-talk, solo speaking, is one of the single most effective ways to build real fluency. Your mouth gets used to making English sounds, and your brain practices putting words together on the fly. And we have 3 amazing methods for practicing speaking all by yourself: describing your day, talking in the mirror, and a fun little game called Repeat and Change. Let's look at the first method, describing your day. All you do is talk out loud about what you're doing, using very simple, short sentences. For example, you might just say, today is Monday. I woke up at 7. Or maybe I had coffee, and now I'm going to work. By speaking these really simple sentences out loud, you are naturally training yourself to use real grammar, past and present tenses, and those super important time words like now and then. The second method is talking in the mirror. And yeah, I know it might feel a little bit weird at first to stand in your bathroom talking to yourself, but it is absolutely fantastic for your English. You see, English isn't just about the words, it's about your face, your voice, your energy. When you look in the mirror, you can actually watch your facial expressions. You can practice introducing yourself, or just pretend you're chatting with a new friend at a coffee shop. Method 3 is incredibly fun. It's the repeat and change game. You start by saying a really simple sentence out loud, like, I want to drink coffee. Then you just swap out one single word. So you change it to, I want to drink tea. Then swap another word. I want to eat tea. Wait, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So you quickly adjust. I want to eat rice. By swapping just one word at a time, you train your brain to adapt and change direction quickly without any stress.
That brings us to part 3, writing or reading. This is 5 minutes of practical English.
Please remember, this part is not about doing boring workbook exercises. No way. This is about real, everyday language. Your only goal here is to write 3 to 5 simple sentences. And the golden rule? Do not worry about being perfect. Seriously, mistakes are actually a really good thing because every mistake is just your brain figuring something out. You can write about how you feel today or something silly you saw, like, I saw a funny dog today. It was wearing a little jacket. Just write using the words you already know. Now, if writing feels a little too scary or overwhelming for you right now, hey, that is completely okay. You can easily just swap the writing time for reading. Just keep it simple, read an easy English news website or a children's book, or even just the transcript of a short video you just watched. The sentences in children's books especially are super clear, and they're absolutely perfect for building up your confidence. Next up, the vocabulary rule, quality over quantity. If you want to add new vocabulary to your brain without feeling totally stressed out, here is the secret. You only need to learn one word. Master just a single new word per day. Now you might be thinking, just one word, that's way too slow. But trust me, one word that you truly remember and actually use is worth 50 words that you cram into your head and forget by tomorrow. Let's walk through exactly how to do this. Let's take the word exhausted, which just means very, very tired. First, say it out loud 3 times. Exhausted, exhausted, exhausted. Next, write it down in a quick sentence. After work, I felt exhausted. And finally, force that word into your daily speaking practice. When you're in the mirror describing your day, just say, yesterday I was so exhausted. By speaking it and writing it, that word is going to stick in your memory forever. Now let's talk about how to build your English habit, the psychology of consistency. I know so many learners feel guilty when they start out really strong, but then kind of quit after day 5. Let me tell you, it's not because you're lazy. It's just because you haven't built an automatic habit yet. And this brings us to a huge psychological secret, habit stacking. This basically means attaching your new English practice to an action you already do every single day without fail. So, for example, do your 5 minutes of listening while you make your morning coffee. Or do your 5 minutes of mirror speaking while you wash your face at night. You just plug it right into your existing life. Think about watering a houseplant. If you give a plant a little bit of water every day, it grows healthy and strong, right? But if you dump a giant bucket of water on it once a week and then totally forget about it, it's going to struggle. Well, your English is exactly like that plant. Practicing just a little bit every day, those 15 minutes, is so much better than sitting down for one huge stressful study session on a Sunday. So I want you to remember this golden rule. Consistency beats intensity every time. Your brain absorbs a language through steady, gentle practice over time, not through massive amounts of sudden stress. Just aim for small, easy moments every single day. Which brings us to our final question for this explainer. When will you start your 15 minutes? Please, whatever you do, do not wait until you feel ready. Honestly, you will never feel perfectly ready. Doing the thing is actually what builds the confidence. Every single time you open your mouth to practice, even if you are totally alone in your room, you become a better English speaker. You have the super simple 5-5-5 plan now. So, what is stopping you from giving yourself just 15 minutes today?
If this was helpful, please like, share. Your support inspires me to make better videos. I try my best to make English easy for all of you. Thank you for watching and see you next lesson. Keep learning and keep growing. अगर वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगा हो तो कृपया इसे लाइक करें, शेयर करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। मैं इंग्लिश आसान बनाने की पूरी कोशिश करती हूँ। थैंक यू।